Hey guys, listen, I have a little bit of time and I think this is a great time for me to get out here and just do a one disc round, but I'm going to do it from the blues, which are the long tees at Inverness. And blues from the long tees are par is 1,000 rated. And so I'm just going to take my range out here and see how we do. And we're going to all do it together right after the intro. Little clunky, sorry about that. Meet me on the other side. Hopefully it'll get better. All right, I'm gonna switch to this side just because the sun's blinding you from over there. So I'm just gonna try to throw this right up the road. This is a par 4 and it's a booger. That was my early clunky. I haven't warmed up that great, go figure. Just got off work. So my son's got a soccer game and it's getting pretty intense. They just broke the state record for the most wins for their high school, for the state, 46 wins in a row. So we got to keep it going, but they got the rivals tonight. So I got to play this quick and get back home. So yeah, not a lot of time to do much else, but just come out and try to play a quick round, bring you along. And thought this would be the best thing to do so I could get some exercise, throw with y'all, and get home in time not to get killed by my wife. You know how it is. All right, so now all I can do is get around the corner with this one. The safe play is to miss and hit this wall and just stop here. But now I gotta get around, down the road, and into the basket. So we're playing the yellow basket. So I've got to just get this around the corner, but not throw it too far off the road. Ooh, that's 50-50. That may be trouble. Hole number 1 sets a tone for, yeah, welcome. Don't get too comfortable. Wish I'd pushed a little bit farther so that I had better footing, because you see it's all kind of just junky there. I wanted to be up there, but I'm pushing the out of bounds, so I played safe. Or it rolled back. So now I can get up the hill, straight on there. So guys, for tournament play, I plan for hole number 1 and number 2 to shoot bogey, because it's that tough of a hole. And that way, if I do shoot it, I'm not depressed and beat up after the first 2 holes. But if I don't, I'm feeling even better if I shoot par. So here we go. I need to go towards that tree and then just break back that way. I don't think I can get there with this range, but we shall see. Nope, I dropped my shoulder. I was scared of this. Footing, that makes such a difference. As I was here, I'd be so much more comfortable. And I knew it, and don't ever tell yourself, oh, I can make do with it. If you notice a problem, fix it or figure out how to mitigate it instead of just assuming you're going to be able to take care of it mid-swing, because rarely does that work out. Fortunately, I shanked it hard enough that I stayed up on the hill instead of hitting the side of the hill and rolling down. Like I said, hole 1 and 2, you're trying to get through them with as little damage as possible. I'm going to make a good approach shot. Yep, little lock knocker. So I kept the damage to a bogey. That's good. That's what I wanted. One of the issues with the course out here is it doesn't give you a lot of opportunities to make up mistakes. So you want to mitigate them as much as possible. There are a few holes out here that you've got legitimate, semi-easy birdie runs. But there's a lot of them that you're scrambling. So you got to keep things controlled and calm. Let's get this down there. Have a good shot for the next shot. Miss it. Push. Hey, all right. I was a little inside, but I think I got lucky. So I try to get near this short tee pad, and I'm close. Gives me my best line down for the next shot. I'm not going to be able to make it to the pin, so I'm just trying to get to the ditch. That should be fine. Right in the ditch, hopefully you can see me. Gave it a little run. All right, so in essence, even though I'm 1 over, I'm one under my regular score. So that's good. That was a well played, no fuss, no muss part two. I mean, hole two. I won't be able to talk as I walk up this hill, so I'll see you on the other side. I normally like to throw a flex forehand through here because it opens up that gap because the trees are like this, but this is not a flex forehand disc, so I have to just hit the gap. Sit down. Ooh, that was a good shot, but it might have had enough speed out at the top of the hill to slide down. This is one of the holes that you're trying to get back the bogeys on the first two holes. So the range carries a little bit farther. It's a little bit faster than the berg, so sometimes I tend to throw it just a little too much. I've gotten used to the range of the berg on this, the distance of the berg, not the range of the berg. And so I just greased this a little too far. Yeah, see, it hit here and just scooted down a little too much, because that is about a 40-degree slope. This guy's annoying. But that tree is, all right. Not comfortable either way. All right. You saw it here. I did a backhand normal putt. Woohoo! All right, back to even. That was where I could have pushed the forehand, but just because where that tree was, it was gonna talk to me. And it was better to be comfortable, even though I'm less comfortable with my regular backhand putt. It was a smarter play. So we're going for the yellow basket past the blue basket. Miss that tree. Oh God, that was gonna start fading back. It was gonna be very nice. That range was just drifting a little to the right. I needed just a little more. One of the things we have here out at Inverness, because of the terrain and stuff like that, you can go from birdie run to bogey, birdogies pretty easily, because if you're not on with your putt or your approach, you can get far away from the basket quickly and be scrambling to make another long shot to get back to where you were to begin with. So you always got to be careful. So what makes this tricky is the downward slope just after the blue basket down to the yellow basket. So you got to try to get just beyond the blue basket and have it drop and slide. It's a touchy shot, and I have screwed this up many a time. I thought I'd thrown that perfectly, and it just drug over to the tree. Dang it. That was where I tried to steer it instead of accelerate through. I softed it. God, I hate losing a stroke on this hole. So here's the thing. I can go for it and be a hero, but if I miss, it's down the hill and I'm dead. So as much as I want to make a long putt, it's not worth it. Take my licks. God, I was back to even, and that was just a misjudged the gap that I needed to throw. I liked my throw. Poop. This hole, I definitely like something a little more stable than what I've got with this range, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna try to forehand this and take my lumps if I screw it up. Basket's over there. I gotta put this on hyzer. Not enough, and it just held. If you don't know why that disc held more than it should have, go check out my throwing up and down hills, because it's speeding up, so it's holding a little bit more of that high speed turn to keep it from fading off at the end. It's not slowing down as much, so it's not gonna fade as much. Hope that makes sense. All right, I practiced this enough. Let's see what we can do. Oh, because the range has more glide to it, I'm getting scared because I've thrown several that have flown over the top of the basket. So I chicken armed that one. Not my most awesome shot. So hole number 6 long Gotta get through that gap and down there, or you've got to come over the top as a safer play. But with the berg, the range, I'm just gonna have to keep it right down the middle. If I have a mid-range or something like that, I can take it up and over. Got over enough. Okay, so if you're gonna play smart on this one and safe, you just need to get to this area here so you have a natural shot here. I clipped a little limb coming over here, so I'm a little shorter than I like to be. So I gotta give it a little more juice, but hopefully I can just put it right through the gap, have a nice easy putt. Yep, nothing fancy, but workable. All right, with that one dumb bogey, I'm back to 1 over par through 6. This is a par 4, but I've got to throw 3 almost perfect shots to have any look at the basket for a putt. So, yeah, not holding out hope here. All right, I'm just trying to get up to that tree. That's about all I can hope for. So you can score well on the, or you can play safe and even-ish out here on the longs as long as you don't get off the fairway. As soon as you hit a tree or something with just like this, you just don't have a lot of scramble distance. You can only go so far. So you got to make sure you just keep going down the middle. Okay, I really wish I was over a little bit more for a couple of reasons. One is it's flatter, at least it's uphill flat. This is uphill and angled. So it's going to make me pull into these trees. And it's slick. It's these needles, pine needles. So I think my better option, instead of trying to step, is just a standstill. Just get around the corner, back into the middle of the fairway. Whew. I pushed that a little farther right than I wanted to, but at least we're not in the trees. Some of what gets us in trouble is when we try to do too much. Playing with a range or a berg or something like that, set your limits and expectations down so you tend to play more within yourself. So the basket is behind that tree. There's a gap right here, or I could go around. If I miss these trees, it's a bigger gap. Whereas if I punch right through here, because of this tree right here, I'm pretty much kind of caught either way. So I might as well try to go right down this thing. Now sit. I think that's okay. I might have pushed just a little long. We'll find out. All right, that was scary. This was a gap. And I could see me catching this guy right here. He's just sitting there to wreck your day. Yep, just a little long. So you came down here, and you got to hit here so it stops there. I hit basket high almost and just shot by. All right, my first tester putt of the day, and I can't even see the basket because of this tree. What usually happens is I'll pull too tight. All right, just right there, Pete. Focus. I couldn't even see, I just had to listen. Whew. I'm happy with that par. I wasn't counting that one for sure. Now skip left. Oh, not right, that's okay though. Yeah, let me try this guy. It's not gonna do that. We take a timeout to try the Scrambling Echo. So it's a -1-1. It should be pretty much like a hex. It feels like a hex without the overmold. A little low, but yeah, that's nice. A little flip up. Yeah.
I like it. I really like flicking.
Yeah.
I think I like flicking it more this way.
My son's got a soccer game, so I'm trying to do this quick. Good to see you. So this one hit over here and hopped right into this bush, which left me with not a lot of options. So I just got to get it hopefully to the top of the hill. Yep, that's about all I could ask for. Boy, if I'd been here, I could have tried to push farther up the hill. This is a par 4. Well, let's face it, this is what the berg and the range are all about right here. A little pop up to the basket. Even though I hit near the basket, this ground is rough and sloped this way, it carried past it. Just got to be a little careful on this hole. And not go too far into the junk. Now, a lot of people have beat this stuff up, so it's gotten a lot thinner, but just got to be aware. Welcome to the danger zone. This is such a hard par 3 unless you can get a perfect shot up the hill. I'm just going to try to get it down the middle. Just settle for me. That's okay, that's okay. Nothing fancy. Just don't hit any trees. So here I am. I've just got a little bit farther past the red tee pad over here, but I'm on the side slope on these leaves. I've got to get up through this gap and get up by the basket to be able to save a par, because this is a par 3. Sit, 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 sit. Eesh. So it sits on top of this mound, so anything that goes just off center is going to slide, go past it. It's a tough little sneaky hole. Where are you? Oh, poop. I needed to be closer. I'm tired. Didn't bring any water. How are those for excuses? Those good excuses? What's crazy is I've been struggling with my putting the last few rounds, so I had no confidence for these. I'll take it though. Oh, so 1 over for 9. Not bad. Oh yeah, we gotta go down here. Dang it. All right, down the middle, Pete. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty darn good. I have trouble with this hole, so that made me happy. A lot of pressure is taken off of these. You just throw it down the middle. Just throw it down the middle best you can, and then do it again. No extra shot shaping, just throw it down the middle. All right, I've got enough height that I can kind of float it. A little soft, sit. Yeah, just kind of dragged it a little too much. Keeping up a good pace, but I gotta not dawdle. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Okay, whoo. This is another booger. Man, you hit that tree and it ruined your day. Now, I have lost so many strokes by hitting this basket and having it roll away, so I'm gonna just try to get it up on the ground there. Yep. Actually, I almost hit the basket. Should have brought some water. Yeah, here's another rough par 3. Holy crap. You forget about these when you think about throwing one of these. Another full one of those and I'll be to the basket. Par 3, yay. Well, good news, I thought I was a little farther back. I can see the basket. Yep. So legitimately, I have a chance to birdie 13, 16. Not really 18, but yeah, we'll throw that in there. So this is the blue basket. We only have one basket on this hole right now. So guys, I can throw the range, probably a max 250. So I'm just taking small bites out of this thing. Oh, nope, it's gonna fade into, oh, I needed that one to the right just a little more. It was gonna fade back. Now I'm in trouble. I'm gonna have to scramble. This is another one of those touchy landing areas. Boy, I was about 6 inches off of being awesome. No, 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 no. Good news, I can see the basket. Bad news, I can see the basket. Please slide. I think I'm okay. Hello? Oh, God. I couldn't find it and I got scared. Good news, another long par 3. Just get to the top of the hill, Pete. Top of the hill. How it lands, that'll be another story. All right, get it there, Pete. Sit rep, 14 down, 14 holes, 1 over. I'm not mad at all. Been playing well. Just keeping it. It's been uneventful, but that's what you want. Just smart down the middle. Boy, it takes a lot of the pressure and the angst off of it. Yeah. And now the angst is back. We got this wind, but the basket's off to the right, but if you go left in these trees, you can get really hemmed up. I just want to get over that log and to the right a little bit. I'm throwing well today. I won't complain. I've been a little up and down a couple days before this, but I don't know, something with the range. We're jiving today. So now here's the short tee pad, and I'm here. I've got to make this basically up and down to stay par. Oh, I pushed that one. That wind, I didn't get it. It just lifted and kept sliding it that way. I'm a little farther out than I want to be. Dang it, I hit the right side of the tree and it stopped. Otherwise it should have curled over here. I'm not excited about this one, because if I miss, it's ugly. With this wind, I got to go regular. Oh, I hate this. Come on, right there. It off the front, just slid in. That's an ugly putt. Boy, I shouldn't be that scared when I do those. But see, what's nice, I've already given myself, I was gonna be several over par for this round. So everything's gravy right now. I'm still sitting at 1 over. I'm not mad at all, and I'm kind of relaxed. Being relaxed out here makes a big difference. Okay, so the basket's over to the right, but I'm just gonna throw down to the middle, actually almost to the blue basket, and then drop over, hopefully. I just gotta get through this first gap. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Came in a little hot. I forget about the ranges, a little faster than the Berg. Should be okay, but things get squirrely down there. I hit my spot, but I wanted to hit here on the slope like this, but I hit just beyond it, so it accelerated instead of slowed it down. I don't see any ripples, so that's good. I got really scared. I couldn't find it. I thought it was in the water. Good thing I just did my patent pending practice yesterday. Even though I hit right under the basket, it still tried to get on down the hill. The other thing about playing for par is you're not going for the basket per se. So I'm not running at it. I'm trying to get under it. So I'm actually taking off some of the stress of the blow-bys, if that makes sense. Oh, good, the mosquitoes are back. Yay. Missed you guys. Where have you been? Just walking through a wall of them. Oh my gosh. I need some bats over here quick. That's all I got. Let's get out of the mosquito coast here. So I'm right in the tough spot of I needed to be 10 more feet this way, 20 more feet this way, and I'll be perfect. I kind of got a risk going down through this thing. Not happy about it. I hope I might have blocked you, and it's probably a good thing you didn't see what trees I just passed right through. I'll call BS on myself on that one. That was bad. I rolled it over a little bit and it just snuck through everything. So I'm close enough I could go for it and get back to even, which would be awesome, but I could also miss and mess up. Oh, we got to go for it, don't we? We have to go for it. Crap, that tree is right where I don't want it to be. All right, as much as I want to run this, I just can't right now because I'm not confident in my shot. There's wind coming off here, that range. I just need to play smart. Try to get it on the last one, because I'm trying to emphasize being smart instead of going for it. So I can't preach that and then do a dumb run that's going to send me down to the 18th tee. But I wanted to. I'm going to make it with time to spare. I did not dawdle. I've used that word twice today. All right, I'm gonna have to put a little juice on this. Got the wind coming this way, but I need to at least hit the bank over there. You know what, it held it out and it just stopped me short. I'm not mad because I've got hopefully an easy up over and in for par. All right, let's not do anything dumb here. I could go wide, but risk Matumbo here. Oh, why was that so scary? But I was having a good round. I didn't want to screw it up on the last hole. Well, there you go, guys. That was actually a fun, I had a good round. Listen, I love the range. I love my berg too, but the range has a little more push than the berg, and it just felt good today. I'm not mad. I shot 1 over par on the blues here. That's probably 980 rated. I don't know. I'm not that great about that, but par was going to be 1,000 rated, so I'm not mad at all with the range. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you to think about how to not have to emphasize distance so much as long as you're emphasizing control. That's what we're all about. As we're getting older, we don't have a chance with distance. We're going to be getting slower, but we can get deadlier. So anyway, there you go, guys. Thank you so much for coming around with me, and I hope to see you out on the course.